Breaking right now, Iran fires more than 100 missiles into Israel, further escalating tensions in the Middle East. Fears of a wider war in the region are mounting as the United States says it remains committed to the defense of Israel. It is Tuesday afternoon. I'm Sarah Bloomquist.
And I'm Christy Aletto. Brian is off. The big story on this special streaming edition of Action News is the barrage of missiles fired at Israel today. Fireballs streaked across the skies over cities like Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Some of them were the ballistic missiles launched from Iran. Others were from Israel's defense systems blasting those missiles out of the sky.
Initial reports from Israeli officials are that most of the missiles were intercepted. There are no initial reports of casualties. ABC's Christian Cordero is in Washington with more on how the world is responding.
Tonight, missiles pierced the night sky over Tel Aviv, sending the war in the Middle East into a new phase. Sirens give the ominous warning for civilians to seek shelter. Israel's Iron Dome intercepting much of the barrage stretching over the region. An official confirms the U.S. had intercepted some of the incoming missiles as well. IDF spokesperson Daniel Hagari says central and southern Israel were hit.
Iran is trying to clearly send a message after its main proxy, Hezbollah in Lebanon, has been nearly decimated by Israel's attacks over the past couple of weeks.
Iran takes responsibility for the attack. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard says they focused on security and military targets. And just moments before the attack was a shooting in Tel Aviv that killed at least 6 people, 7 others injured, according to Israeli police, which suspects it was a terrorist attack. And earlier today, the Israeli army announced it began limited ground operations in southern Lebanon, but Hezbollah denied Israel troops had crossed the border. The chaos today follows 11 months of a war largely focused on defeating Hamas in Gaza. Hezbollah and Israel have also been exchanging fire ever since. But the tension there escalated when Israel targeted pagers and walkie-talkies used by Hezbollah operatives. Then, a strike on its capital that killed Hezbollah's leader, Hassan Nasrallah. Iran now calls this retaliation for several assassinations.
Many people, certainly here, who are pro-Hezbollah, will say this is payback for Israel.
Israel vows there will be consequences for today's attack. U.S. officials say they were briefed on Israel's potential counter before the attack began.
Initial reports suggest that Israel, with the active support of the United States and other partners, effectively defeated this attack.
U.S. officials say they're working with the IDF to assess the full impact of the attack, echoing Israel's promise that this will have consequences, but did not elaborate on what that means. In Washington, Christian Cordero, Channel 6 Action News.